This dude made the Hall of Fame in 2025 after being forgotten for almost 20 years. His career got cut short at 29, just 2 years before his team won the Super Bowl. If you don't know Sterling Sharpe's story, you're about to discover his and 9 more forgotten 90s legends. Mark Carrier had one of the most insane rookie seasons ever for a safety. This guy led the entire NFL with 10 picks in 1990 as a rookie. I can't believe those numbers are even possible for a first-year player. But get this, Carrier didn't just pick off passes. He was putting up linebacker numbers too. Over 120 tackles as a rookie while also leading the league in picks. That's absolutely wild. Mike Ditka was so impressed, he basically ran out of game balls to give him. Ditka said Carrier had nowhere to put all the awards. This dude broke a Bears record that'd been standing since 1963. That record still stands today. Carrier made 3 Pro Bowls and won Defensive Rookie of the Year, but somehow he's totally forgotten. Part of it was timing. He played during the Bears' decline after their '85 Super Bowl run. Nobody was really watching Chicago anymore, but this next guy's numbers are absolutely crazy. Leslie O'Neal crushed QBs for over 130 career sacks. O'Neal had way more sacks than Warren Sapp. Sapp's already in the Hall of Fame, but nobody talks about O'Neal anymore. This guy made 6 Pro Bowls. He had 8 different seasons with double-digit sacks. What makes O'Neal so wild is he blew out his knee as a rookie. He missed almost 2 full seasons, then came back and still racked up over 130 sacks. In 1992, O'Neal dominated with 17 sacks. He was the Chargers' sack leader for 6 straight years, retired as their all-time sack king. The problem? O'Neal never got to play in a Super Bowl. He was stuck on decent Chargers teams that just couldn't get over the hump. As O'Neal put it, "I gave everything I had to this game, but sometimes that's not enough for a ring." This dude's got more career sacks than guys already in Canton. That kind of production should be remembered way better. Speaking of San Diego legends, check out Natron Means.
Natron? So natron refried means.
Natron Means. It's Natron Means just getting warm.
Natron means to the goal line. Touchdown, San Diego, as he goes up and over.
This guy deserves way more recognition. Means rushed for over 1,350 yards and 12 TDs in '94. Carried the Chargers all the way to the Super Bowl. When he punched it in for a TD in that Super Bowl, he became the youngest player to score in a Super Bowl at that time, just 22 years old. ESPN's Chris Berman gave him the perfect nickname. Natron means business. That's exactly what this dude was doing. This bruising back was bulldozing defenses at 245 pounds. Made the Pro Bowl, was the driving force behind one of the most surprising Super Bowl runs ever. The Chargers even put him on their 50th anniversary team. But then injuries completely ruined everything. After that monster '94 season, Means couldn't stay healthy. The Chargers waived him just 2 years later. As Means said after his career, that Super Bowl run felt like a dream. Then reality hit hard. One of the most dominant playoff runs by a running back just got erased from memory. Most fans today have no clue about the youngest Super Bowl touchdown scorer ever, but this next story might be even more heartbreaking. Cornelius Bennett had one of the most incredible yet tragic careers in NFL history. This dude put up over 70 sacks and 27 fumble recoveries. That was 3rd most in NFL history when he retired. But here's the brutal part. Bennett appeared in 5 Super Bowls and lost every single one. 5 Super Bowls with 0 rings. The crazy thing is Bennett almost never made it to Buffalo. He was drafted 2nd overall by Indianapolis, but refused to sign because they couldn't agree on money. The Colts traded him in this massive 3-way deal that also involved Eric Dickerson. Bennett immediately proved the Bills made the right call. In just 8 games as a rookie, he put up 69 tackles, 8.5 sacks, and 5 forced fumbles. Those are crazy numbers for half a season. Bennett was the anchor of those legendary Bills defenses that went to 4 straight Super Bowls. But here's what most people don't know. Bennett wasn't done in Buffalo. After leaving the Bills, he joined Atlanta. Somehow made it to another Super Bowl with the Falcons. Ruth Smith said, "We couldn't have accomplished our incredible run without Cornelius. He was the heart of our defense." 5 Pro Bowls, 3 All-Pros, and 5 Super Bowl appearances with 2 different teams, but 0 rings and 0 recognition. I mean, this guy went to Super Bowls with 2 completely different teams and still couldn't win one. The Bills wouldn't even put him on their Wall of Fame. That's criminal. Hardy Nickerson might be the most overlooked linebacker of the 90s. In 93, this guy had over 210 tackles. That was the most by any NFL player since 1987. Those numbers are absolutely nuts. But that's just scratching the surface. Nickerson made 5 Pro Bowls and 4 All-Pro teams. Plus, he was selected for the NFL's 1990s All-Decade team. Over 16 seasons, this guy racked up over 1,500 tackles, around 20 sacks, and over 10 picks. Sports Illustrated said something crazy. Nickerson was the foundation of Tampa Bay's championship defense, not Sapp or Brooks, Nickerson. The problem is Nickerson played during Tampa Bay's creamsicle era. Nobody was paying attention to the Bucs. By the time Tampa Bay became relevant and won the Super Bowl, Nickerson was already gone. All the credit went to the guys who came after him. As Nickerson put it, I laid the foundation, but somebody else got to live in the house. This linebacker was putting up all-decade numbers on terrible teams for years. He was laying the groundwork for what became one of the most feared defenses in NFL history. But wait until you see what our number 5 guy almost missed out on. Chris Warren put up ridiculous numbers that nobody talks about anymore.
Inside the 30, Warren is gone. Touchdown Seahawks. Chris Warren looking tough today.
This dude had 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons from 92 to 95, peaked with over 1,500 rushing yards in 94. The next year, Warren punched in 15 rushing TDs. Those are elite numbers. By the time he left Seattle, he'd rushed for over 6,700 yards. That broke the franchise record. But get this wild story. Warren's driving to work out for the Seahawks when his car breaks down, about an hour away from the facility. Warren's thinking his NFL dreams are over as he's walking to a payphone. Instead of writing him off, the Seahawks coaches actually drove out to meet him. I can't believe they did that. The problem is, Warren played when Seattle was basically irrelevant. The Seahawks weren't winning anything. Nobody outside the Pacific Northwest was paying attention to Warren, putting up Pro Bowl numbers year after year. Warren said, playing in Seattle back then was like being great in secret. Nobody was watching. 3 Pro Bowls, over 7,600 career rushing yards, and over 10,000 all-purpose yards. But since Seattle was terrible, this dominant running back just got completely overlooked. From Seattle to Philadelphia, where our number 4 just got some long overdue recognition. Eric Allen literally just got elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2025. This dude was so forgotten that it took 19 years of eligibility before he finally got the recognition he deserved. I mean, 19 years. Allen had 54 career picks and 8 pick sixes. That ties him for 8th all time. But Allen wasn't just putting up numbers. He made the most famous interception return in NFL history. October 93 against the Jets, Allen takes a pick 94 yards to the house. Steve Sable from NFL Films called it the greatest interception return ever. That same reason, Allen tied the NFL record with 4 touchdown interceptions. Those are insane numbers for a corner. Allen was the anchor of Philadelphia's legendary gangrene defense in 1991. They led the NFL in rushing defense, passing defense, and total defense. That's a triple crown that hasn't been accomplished since. As Allen said after making the Hall of Fame, better late than never, but 19 years is a long time to wait for what you earned on the field. 6 Pro Bowls, 3 All-Pros, and he covered Hall of Fame receivers his entire career. The fact that it took until 2025 proves how many elite 90s players got completely forgotten. But this next guy from that same defense might have gotten it even worse. In 1991, Sports Illustrated named Seth Joyner NFL Player of the Year. But nobody remembers this player anymore. I can't believe how forgotten this guy is. What's incredible about Joyner's 1991 season, he put up 3 picks, 6 forced fumbles, 4 fumble recoveries, and 6.5 sacks. No other player in league history has ever matched those numbers in a single season. That's a unique thing that's never been done again. Joyner was Eric Allen's teammate on that same gangrene defense we just talked about, the one that led the NFL in every major defensive category. But while Allen just got into the Hall of Fame, Joyner remains totally forgotten. Joyner made the exclusive 2020 club. That means over 20 sacks and over 20 interceptions in his career. That's extremely rare for any player. especially a linebacker. Dan Dierdorf said on Monday Night Football, "If there's a better linebacker in the NFL than Seth Joyner, I haven't seen him." But Joyner got overshadowed by his teammate Reggie White, never won a Super Bowl with Philadelphia. As Joyner said, individual awards don't mean much when you're forgotten 5 years later. The Sports Illustrated Player of the Year just vanished from memory. That's criminal for a player who did something that's never been done again. From Philly to Detroit, where records were being shattered. Herman Moore did something revolutionary in 1995. This dude had 123 catches that season. That was an NFL record that stood until 2002. Here's what makes it even crazier. His Lions teammate Brett Perryman had 108 catches that same year. They became the first teammates in NFL history to both have over 100 catches in the same season. Moore wasn't just a one-year wonder either. He made 4 straight Pro Bowls, was first-team All-Pro 3 years running. He became only the second player after Jerry Rice to have 3 different 100-catch seasons. Moore finished his career with over 9,100 receiving yards and almost 700 catches. That 123-catch record, it still ranks 9th all-time for single-season catches. The sad part is Moore played his entire career in Detroit during some of the franchise's worst years. While everyone was watching Barry Sanders break ankles in the backfield, Moore was quietly breaking receiving records. As Moore said, "Playing with Barry was amazing, but it also meant nobody noticed what I was doing." Then Calvin Johnson came along and became Detroit's receiver people actually remember. But Moore's 95 season was so dominant that his record lasted 7 years. And finally, our number one proves this entire countdown was worth it.
He is, without a doubt, one of the best receivers ever to play this game.
Sterling Sharpe takes the top spot, and the timing is perfect. Sharpe was just elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in February 2025. The most dominant receiver you forgot about finally got the ultimate recognition he deserved. This proves our entire countdown was spot on. What Sharpe did in just 7 seasons is mind-blowing. In 1992, he caught 108 passes. That was an NFL record. He also led the league in receiving yards and TDs. That's called the Triple Crown, and only 8 players have ever done it. The next year, Sharpe broke his own record with 112 catches. In 1994, he put up 18 TDs. That was the second most in NFL history at the time. But here's what makes this heartbreaking. His career was stolen by a neck injury at just 29 years old. Sharpe never got to play in a Super Bowl. The Packers won one just 2 years after he retired. He was Brett Favre's favorite target. Together, they connected for over 40 touchdown passes. In Sharpe's final 3 seasons, he had over 300 catches for nearly 4,000 yards. Even his Hall of Fame brother Shannon admits Sterling was better. In Shannon's own Hall of Fame speech, he said he was the second best player in my own family. Ron Wolf said Sterling was unstoppable and deserved to be in Canton long ago. I still can't believe it took this long. As Sterling said when he got the call, 29 years later, they finally got it right. Had Sharpe played 10 healthy seasons with prime Favre, he could have challenged every single one of Jerry Rice's records. Instead, this generational talent just vanished from memory until 2025 finally made it right. What ranking shocked you the most?